All right, we saved the best for last. So, Sun in the 12th house. What does this mean? So, this is a very interesting one and probably one of the most difficult ones to articulate. So, when you have your Sun in the 12th house, it essentially means any planet in the 12th house was a weak energy in childhood. So, it's really hard to tell because it can go one of two ways. A lot of the times, the sun or the different planets in the 12th house, it's these weak energies, and when they're in childhood, they'll get shut down by other energy, stronger, more experienced energies in the field, and then it will lead to repression. So a lot of people with this placement can have a lot of repression of their real ego, their real self. But if the opposite happens and they're able to withstand these forces and win, then it actually becomes a very, very strong placement, right? It's shown in different astrological research that Sun in the 12th house, like if able to be beaten, by those early influences, can lead to great success in all parts of life. So many times it indicates that there were some painful times in childhood that pushed this person to repress a part of their ego, but like I said, sometimes it's overcome and it becomes very prominent, and the person's almost like that person who like had to work harder for their like self-expression and ego development, but because of that they were better. It's like the athlete with the weak arm that has to just work out so much that they have the strongest arm in the end. So the 12th house sun makes it difficult for someone to understand themselves. It can make them a very mystical person, and it makes them have a strong need for alone time. They need to be alone because they're a sponge for energies. It's a very psychic house, so it gives very good psychic intuition, empathy, but also sometimes you can take on energies and forget what's yours and start to take on someone else's sadness or someone else's more negative emotions. And you can forget who you are when you're around people too much and lose yourself to the group energy because you're such a sponge and the borders are between you and others are so closed. So yeah, the quiet reflections can lead to a lot of healing from emotional pain. So it can make someone a loner. Just understand the need to have that. It also can lead to having a weak father, either absent or passive. So also for a lot of people with 12th house sun, they need to not forget that they have a body, right? They tend to develop the mind, but it really needs a strong body in order to function well. They must learn. It's like the big lesson is to learn to love themselves more, right? It can be difficult for self-esteem because of all the childhood experience, and a lot of times it forces someone. The 12th house is about giving back, so it forces someone like karmic. It's known as a very karmic house because of all the circumstances. Sometimes it like puts someone like in the position to where the only way they can really be, and I know this from one of my friends who's like constantly struggling, like the only way that they can really succeed is by doing a career or life purpose that's giving back to humanity. And if they don't do that, then they can continue to have these like roadblocks come up in front of them, and it can be really, really difficult to move forward. So aside from that, yeah, it just makes someone very mystical. It makes someone very different, but have there's like it can go very bad or very good. It's hard. I haven't really seen that many like 12th house sun people who have just been kind of like down the middle. Like it's either like really worked out bad and they're like a drug addict, or like just like a complete loner, disattached from reality, not doing anything for themselves, or they're just a complete mystic who has broken past so much and is doing such great things for the world. So yeah, it's just one of those houses that's really difficult to fathom. But yeah, so if you have this in your chart, definitely reflect on this and make sure to spend alone time and take care of yourself physically. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, thanks so much. I appreciate all the support. I'm going to continue to make these series. I think this is the third one I have so far. I'm going to keep them coming. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I would love anyone who's subscribed. That'd be awesome. Anyways, thanks so much. Bye.